Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be going through my NFL predictions from last week, who I picked to win, how well I did, and look forward to week 2 and do my predictions for next week as well. So let's go ahead. First, I look at my last week's game where, get that out of there, I went 10-6. Pretty decent record, but not the greatest either, but over 500, I'll take that. I got the Chiefs wrong, lost by 1 point, so pretty close there. Correctly picked the Falcons, was wrong on the Bengals. Correctly picked the Jags, wrong on the Vikings. Very wrong on the Steelers. I thought that was going to be an upset. Got the Commanders right, got the Ravens right, got the Saints right, got the Dolphins right, got the Eagles right, got the Seahawks wrong, got the Packers right, which I was very happy with, got the Raiders right, got the Cowboys right, and then I got the Bills wrong. So let's go ahead and take a look at week 2, starting Thursday night football. Eagles versus Vikings. The Vikings lost to a pretty bad Buccaneers team last week, so not having a lot of confidence there. Jordan Addison does look like a good receiver. They got good weapons, but a little worried about the consistency in their offense, and their defense let Baker Mayfield kind of tear them up a bit at the end. And then the Eagles struggled a little bit against the Patriots, but the Patriots have a really good defense. They still got Jalen Hurts, and they got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, which is very, very good. And then they also have Jalen Carter as a rookie, absolutely tearing up the inside. And the Vikings don't necessarily have a great O-line there. So I'm going to go with the Eagles to win, just because I think that the Vikings are just not a great football team. So I'm going Philadelphia to win it. Next, we got Green Bay versus Atlanta. You know me, I am always going to be picking the Packers to win, no matter what. But this is a game that I think can go either way, mainly because of Atlanta's really, really good run game. The Packers have not really had a good run defense the past couple years. Granted, it could be different now, as we did hold the Bears limited on running, but then again, the Bears aren't necessarily a great team. This is going to be a really good test of a run defense with Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier being really good backs. And we also have a couple injury questions in Christian Watson and Aaron Jones to worry about, but again, I'm always going to pick the Packers, and I do think the Packers will win the game. It's going to be very close, but I just think that the Packers' passing game is going to be more effective than the Falcons, because I think the Packers' defense will be able to force Atlanta into passing scenarios, and I don't think Desmond Ridder is going to be good enough for that. So, going to Green Bay. Then we got the Raiders and Bills. The Raiders squeaked out a win against Denver. Really close game, really kind of ugly game. And then the Bills absolutely embarrassed themselves on Monday Night Football. I'm going to go with Buffalo mainly because I think that Josh Allen is going to learn from Monday Night Football. The Raiders defense is nowhere near as good as the Jets defense. And so I think Buffalo is going to get back on track, and really, I think they probably might even blow them out really bad because of that. So going to go with Buffalo. Next, we got the Ravens and Bengals. The Ravens did struggle a little bit against the Texans, but were able to put them away at the end. While the Bengals got destroyed by Cleveland's defense. So, don't really know how to see. I'm going to go with my gut and say the Bengals will put it together this week. Take that embarrassment. Joe Burrow's going to get an extra week of practice, get back used to the game. But it's going to be a close game, as these two teams always seem to be close. But there's something about the Bengals and the Ravens, or the Bengals recently have had the Ravens number. So I think that's going to continue here. Next up, we got Seattle and Detroit. Seattle got absolutely embarrassed last week by the Rams in the second half. Completely blew them out of the water, while Detroit ended up beating the reigning Super Bowl champions there. I'm going to go with Detroit. I think this is going to be a wild crowd. They're going to be very pumped up, and I think Detroit's going to win this game. I'm sorry about my camera. The sun decided to shine right now, so you're going to get angel face, Brandon. So, I'm going to go with Detroit there. Next up, we got L.A. versus Tennessee. The Chargers' only reason why they lost is because they got their defense is terrible. But luckily for them, the Titans' offense is pretty bad. So the Titans only scored 50 points. Ryan Tannehill looked awful. Derrick Henry still looked good. But I think the Chargers, with that explosive firepower of an offense, they're going to beat the Titans. Next, we got the Bears and Buccaneers. I got no faith in Chicago. Tampa Bay still has a good defense, and I think that'll be enough to shut down the Bears' offense. And I think Baker Mayfield is going to face another soft defense again, and he's going to play pretty well. So I'm going to go with Tampa Bay here. Next up, we got the Chiefs and Jaguars. Now, this is going to be a very interesting game because we don't know quite the status of Travis Kelce. He might be out this week. And if he is, I think that the Jaguars will win the game. But Chris Jones is coming back. But the Jaguars are also a very good team. They almost beat them last year in the playoffs. And I'm going to go with the Jaguars winning this game. I really do think this is going to be a stunning where the Chiefs go 0-2. And Jacksonville is going to be a massive boost to them. So, next we got the Colts and Texans. I'm going to go with the Colts on the biased basis that Anthony Richardson is healthy, as he was the better looking of the two rookie quarterbacks, between him and CJ Stroud. And I think that was going to be the difference because talent-wise, they're kind of the same on defense. So I just think that the better talent in Richardson is going to win. Next we got the 49ers and Rams. Now, this game looks a lot better than it did last week because the Rams actually looked really good, both defensively and offensively. But the 49ers, I think, are just going to be a machine this year. And I don't think the Rams are going to... They're going to put up a fight, but it won't be enough. I do think that the 49ers will be able to win this game pretty easily, about 2 touchdowns. Next up, we got the Giants and Cardinals. Now, this is the absolute crap bowl of the week. Because the Giants got absolutely smacked by the Cowboys, 40-0. While the Cardinals put up a good fight against the Commanders, I'm going to go with the Giants because I don't think they're going to be nearly as bad as they were last week. And they're going to be playing against a pretty bad defense. I wouldn't be surprised if Saquon Barkley had a really good day. Try to use him more in the offense, take the focus off of Daniel Jones, I would say. So I'm going to go with the Giants there. And we got the Jets and Cowboys. Man, this was going to be such a good game. Aaron Rodgers going back to Dallas, but it wasn't meant to be as he tore his Achilles and is out for the year. I have no faith in Zach Wilson. Even though the Jets defense is incredible, the Cowboys defense is also pretty good. And I think that the Cowboys offense will work better as Dak Prescott is the better quarterback of the two. And so I'm going to go with Dallas here. Man, that just absolutely sucks. Commanders and Broncos. I don't trust Denver. Their offense still looked bad. Their defense was good, but I'm going to go with the Commanders here mainly because, I just can't trust Denver. You can't trust them to make a kick. You can't trust their offense. I'm going to go with the Washington Commanders. There's Dolphins and Patriots. I think this game is going to be a lot closer than people think. Mainly because the defense of New England is pretty darn good. Even though Miami generally can pull an upset off, they don't really do it in New England. But I do think that the firepower that the Dolphins have with Tua, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, is just going to be too much. Too much for the Patriots offense to try to keep up with. So it's going to be close. I would say probably 10 points, which is closer than I think a lot of people were thinking. So I'm going to go that there. Then I got the Saints and Panthers. I'm going to go with the Saints just because their defense is pretty good and Bryce Young is still adjusting to NFL level. It's going to be an ugly game. And then we got the Browns and Steelers. Going to go with Cleveland because I think Cleveland's defense is going to be enough of a difference maker to really mess up the Steelers' offense. I still want to see more out of Deshaun Watson as a quarterback, but other than that, doing pretty good. So that's that there. Let's go with 35, just low scoring. So we have here Eagles, Packers, Bills, Bengals, Lions, Chargers, Buccaneers, Jaguars, Colts, 49ers, Giants, Cowboys, Commanders, Dolphins, Saints, and Browns. Those are my predictions of who's going to win in week 2. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And I'll be back again very soon with more NFL action and injury reports coming soon. See you around.